Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, good morning, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. This is Alan Bostic, the Poker Shaman, streaming to you from the Poker Dojo in Oakland, California, where the time is currently 1:43 p.m., almost quarter of 2, on the afternoon of Thursday, March 24th, 2022. I'm playing 4 tables here. I should be playing 2 tables. Let's kill this one and this one. It's a play and explain session. We're checking the king 6 and we're calling the open and 2 calls with the pocket 5s. We have top pair 3 ways, rotten kicker. We're checking this. We're also checking the pocket 5s because we've missed on a paired kind of dynamic board. 6 is brickish. I'm going to call the 250 bit from the button. And we're going to fold to the rather large turn bet here. We're going to do King of Diamonds on the turn, giving us trips, making it less likely that the other player has a king. Checking here. And they're betting half pot. We are going to time out a little bit and then call. Now we have a full house. I'm going to check one more time on the hope that they had a 9. And we're going to flat this. They had King Trey. Let's fold this. Let's display that one more time. King Trey offsuit or suited? King Trey suited. That is a fishy play, and we are tagging them as a fish. And this is a play and explain, so I should be talking through my decisions in detail. 9-5 suited on the button. I'm going to let this go. Ten-5 offsuit in the cutoff is a fold. We're on the button with King Deuce offsuit. That too is a fold. And Mandruya, before I got going, said in the chat, "Good morning, Alan. May it be a day of exceptional profit?" And to which my response is, let's hope so. A day of any profit at all would be welcome at this point. I am down 21 buy-ins from my high water mark in February. And I am wondering what's going on with my game, whether it's me or whether it's variance. It's so hard to tell without the input from others. But that's one of the many reasons I'm doing play and explain sessions, is as I have some kind of gauge on how I'm playing and what I'm thinking about when I'm playing that I can come back to in the cold light of day and learn from. And unfortunately, I omitted editing and uploading last Thursday's Play and Explain session to YouTube, which is starting to get a little bit of a following of its own. Tiny by YouTube standards, but it's something. Jack 5 offsuit in the big blind. Villain. That's a complete whiff, except for backdoor potential, weak backdoor diamonds, backdoor wheel. King 3 offsuit's going to be a fold. Villain overbets the pot. We're done. Seven deuce is going nowhere. This rocket scientist has open limped and is playing a lot. We're tagging them purple now. What was the board last time? A7. Folding the 5 deuce, folding the 7-4. Yep, A7 deuce, 2 down. Jack 9 on the cutoff is not quite openable. 25-13, that's basically 2 and 1. This player tentatively gets yellow as a start, although it could go either way. Pocket 9s in the low jack is most certainly an open. We know nothing about these players. Most important player is the player in the big ace 5 offsuit's a fold. We don't know about this new player. This person is, good heavens, 80%. We have gotten 3-bet by the button. This is a fairly tight configuration. We are calling. We have an overpair on an 8-3-2 two-tone board. They check behind. We check again. I think they have a hand like ace-king. And there the ace hits. And they bet large. We're folding. We'll find out in a day what they had. I was down 7 buy-ins at one point and got it back in 3 hours. Fish will donate their stacks with weak holdings soon enough. Let us hope so, and let us hope that I'm not the one doing the donating, which is part of the problem. We see a flop again with a weak holding, 8-4 offsuit. Again, backdoor potential only. We have like a draw to the dumb end of 10 high straight, 10 high or higher. We're not calling this. This is Snicky says, hey man, how's cash games been treating you? Profitable than tournaments? Well, not recently, but overall my long-term profit at cash games is bigger than my long-term profit in tournaments. Certainly yes, but since mid-February I have been tanking badly. As I was saying, I'm down 21 buy-ins from my high water mark. And we have pocket 8s in the small blind. Cut off open limps, button ISOs, and let us 3-bet this. We're going to 16. Let's make it 17. ISOs should be tight, but people tend to be loose with them. We are betting a third pot with range here. Queen 6 deuce two-tone. We have the 8 of diamonds, but we're not happy if we get called. We are now officially not happy. A third diamond comes, the 7 of diamonds. We are going to check. And check one more time. It wouldn't surprise me if they had a hand like tens or jacks or something like that. We might have the best hand. And we're good. They had fives. They should not have called that 3-bet. Okay, that was BTN 5-5 ISO flat. What was the board? Queen 6 deuce. That suggests that they are sticky with pairs. And that can cost them a lot of money. King 10 offsuit in the hijack, not good enough to open. King Jack would be good enough. Interesting. This is the small blind. Button opens 250, small blind 3-bet 7, which is basically too small. Ace 6 clubs is an open in the hijack. Our open gets through. Table 1, we have ace 10 in the big blind. Small blind ISOs, we're calling. Once again, we check a weak hand in the... We have second pair, 3 ways, we're not betting. We need a stronger hand to bet multi-way. Bottom card has paired. Villain bets half pot. Continuing to check our nothing hand on table 2. It's actually pretty close. I don't want to fold. I don't want to raise. I don't want to call. And I think I'm going to fold. Should have called, I think. Button jams. They had a queen. I was right, made a good fold. What was the... And we lose this special player. Queen 10 suited. Let's view the hand history one more time. Oh, they flopped 2 pair. Ace queen in the cutoff. This is an easy 3-bet. Table 1 having lost its I'm going to c-bet here. It's 3 ways, but the board is really dry. We lose. We have nothing. This is not one of our barrel cards. I'm tempted to keep firing, but let's check back. Folding the 9-5. They bet 2/3 pot. We've got air. We unblock spades. We're done. Heads up over here, king 6 suited on the button. That's an open. This player has 3-bet. We are not calling the 3-bet. Seven deuce on the big blind. We're not calling. 10-7 off is a fold in the small blind. Interesting, this player was opening to 3 head up, but opens to 250 3 ways. That seems odd. I would be incentivized to open smaller if I'm changing my size. Heads up. 7s on the button is an obvious open. Jack 8 offsuit. Queen 7 off is a fold. Ace tray offsuit in the low jack is a fold. We have a new player to my left. We are definitely opening the ace-queen, suited in hearts. Small blind flats, we know they're a fish. Monotone board, king high. I believe that's a bet 50%. Let me double check that. Yep, 50%. And they donk the turn. And we are ISOing this ace-jack offsuit. We are out of position on a paired dynamic board. At 70%. And we are checking the queen 9. They flatted us. Let us motivation for c-betting is just to keep firing. They have a lot of draws in their range. A third 9 falls. All in. They fold. Motivation for betting that we're inclined to 3-barrel anyway, and with the third 9 coming, maybe we can get folds from smaller pairs. Although there's Zebo's theorem, nobody folds a full house. 7-3 offsuit is a fold. Pocket aces in the cutoff. We are opening it. We have a known loose player in the big blind. This player is fairly tight so far after 7 hands. The open gets through. Ace tray suited in hearts in the hijack. Pocket queens in the cutoff. Opening that. This player, I have them tagged as yellow. They should be green. If they're flat, 38-8 and flatting in the... It's 4-way action. Queen, queen, 7, two-tone. We have... There's a queen of hearts on the board. This player donks. We are checking over here. We are checking. Nuffle. Let me check Nuffle. Check. Folding the ace tray, and we're calling here. Nice cards. This Players graduating from green to purple. Ace, Jack, offsuit in the low jack. Hijack actually isn't open because the button is not there. Cutoff becomes high button. Hijack becomes cutoff. Low jack becomes hijack. And we've lost this special player. Ace 10 isn't open in the low jack. And we have second pair on a dynamic board. Dynamic out of position. Let's bet 30%. Now we have two pair. Queen Jack has gotten there. We're betting 30%. Ace Tray checks. And we're betting 30% once more. What did they have? They had 10-3 of clubs. Checking the Jack tray, we have backdoor straight potential, backdoor, and they bet pot. Pocket aces, table 1 in the small blind. A fool has limped. We are ISOing our standard size 5x. And 10-5 offsuit is a fold. They have reconnected and they call. It is basically a dry flop. Out of position. Dry out of position. We bet 30%. King of diamonds puts a Broadway draw and a diamond draw on the board. We are betting 30% again. They go away. 10-6 on the button versus an open is a fold. 5 deuce offsuit is a fold. Player is becoming very special. 9-7 offsuit is a fold even in the hijack. Seven deuce offsuit is a fold. Going for a half hour. Queen 8 offsuit in the big blind. Unknown. Oh, they have their taggish player. This player will. That's sizing up a bit, and we have a marginal hand. Let's fold it. King 10 offsuit. Unknown player, we are opening 3x, which is our standard size. They call. We flop top pair on a dynamic board, out of position. We bet 70%. Gets through. We are folding the 4-3 offsuit in the big blind versus the hijack open. Jack 4 offsuit is going to be a fold. Queen Jack offsuit in the small blind. We'll see what happens. There's an open. We're not playing. Button opened. Jack deuce offsuit's a fold. Ace king in the cutoff is an open. Ace of spades, king of diamonds. And once again, small blind flats. We flop top pair, ace of hearts, queen of spades, tray of spades. They have some crappy flatting range that is capped. We have top pair, good kicker. We are obviously betting. They fold. Four, 3 offsuit on the big blind is undefendable. We're not playing to that 3x open. Ace jack offsuit in the small blind, queen 10 suited in the cutoff. The queen 10 is an open. And we are opening 3x, taking it down. Small blind here, who is special flats. Jack 4 suited is a fold. Big blind squeezes small. There is there's $12 in the pot and $4.50 to call. We're calling this. We're not raising and we're not folding. Backdoor done. Oh, Fucktard the clown has let out. All right, SB 950. Oh, they're gone. It doesn't matter. Deuce is not an open. 3-4 is undefendable, but we expect this player. Nope, they are opening. Player's pretty active, pretty wide. Ace 4 offsuit in the big blind gets a walk. 8-3 is a fold. We we've lost all our players. King 5 offsuit is a fold. We're not calling the 6-4 to a 3x open. Folding of 7-5 offsuit, and now we have a new table. Pocket sevens in the hijack is an open. Jack 4 offsuit in the big blind is not defendable. Seven, 8 diamonds. I believe that is a 3-bet. It gets through. First 3-bet at this table. Pocket aces in the small blind. Folding the queen 8 to a button open from the small blind. Bet again. This time we have the aces. 10, 8, 6. It's a code red board. I'm going to bet. No, I'm going to check. I should be betting a lot, but we have less of that board than they do. Now we bet 70%. They fold. King 4 off is not defendable, not playable on the button. What do we know about these plays? 2 hands, 2 hands, 2 hands. $2.21. We've got 20 more minutes to go. Jack 4 off is not playable. King 8 suited in spades, and the cutoff is an open. Gets through. Seven, 6 offsuit is a fold in the hijack. We are up a modest amount so far. Pocket queens in the hijack. We open. Relatively unknown, tight-seeming player. It is a dry flop. We have weak value. We're betting 30%. And we're folding the 7-5 to the button open. Now, we've bet and they've called on a fairly dry board. We picked up a diamond draw here. King 5 is going to be a fold. We want to get to showdown for cheap, so we're going to run down the clock just a little bit and then check. And we're calling a bet. Do we want a 3-bet here? I think we do. And we're checking back. They had King 6. I don't think we get a... Okay, King 5-3, rainbow, dry board. We are in position having 3-bet pre. They have capped their range. We are c-betting range with 30% here. Call. And we are c-betting range with 70% here. Now they raise. They basically min raise. But we have a gut shot. We don't have much else. We're going to fold. But we take a knot. Queen 3 offsuit is a fold. King offsuit folds. 4-3 offsuit is undefendable. Ha ha. Eight deuce offsuit on the button is a fold. 6-5 suited on the button. We are folding it to a king deuce in the cutoff is an open. Got through. We have 7 deuce suited in diamonds on the big blind. 8-4 is going to be a fold. There is no position that can open that we are playing this hand, unless they limp. King 6 offsuit in the small blind is a fold. We're not playing 3-4 offsuit, even heads up. We should be playing wide, but not this wide. Come on, do something. We get a walk. 10-5 suited in hearts. We're not playing it. Jack 10 diamonds in the big blind. That could be fun. This fool open limps. And we're ISOing. We flop top pair on basically a dry board. Do they have deuces in their range? This is an open. We are going to continue to bet 30%. Now we have a full house. We continue to bet 30%. They had pocket sevens. Fold the queen 3. 10-5 deuce, deuce, deuce. Pocket sevens in the cutoff. We're going to ISO this fool. King high, two-tone. We have neither suit. Three ways. One player has position. We are checking. Fucktard the clown jams. Gets called. They're gone. No point in taking a note. Mandrier says you should review personally later the queen's hand against the 86-0 fish early on. Well, this is my play and explain session. I review every hand I VPip in this. You're talking about the one where they had the king seven. That was straight up doctrine. Never folding to a donk bet, and I had a pair on the river. That's a profitable call. Ten four offsuit, queen three is folding. And it's time to start sitting out. We block aces. They bet small. We are not raising. Four of clubs completes front door flush. 3. Let's bet 70%. Set up a river shove. We're set to set out both tables. Jack 4 off is a fold. We're almost done here. I'm going to be taking a short break and then coming back to 4 table. These games. No, Mandroy, I will review that hand. I'm guaranteed to because it's early on in my play and explain session, and I review every hand I VPip in those. Ace 10 in the low jack is an open suited in diamonds. This is Nikki says, how do you analyze hands afterwards? I review the game tape. I review the hand itself in the replayer for Poker Tracker. I refer to the game tape for my in-game thought process. And I do various things like assign ranges to the villain and evolve the ranges through the hand and see how it plays out. Yes, I have a set of pre-flop ranges that I use. This is Snaky, who asked, do you use cash game charts? I evaluate my choice of what I 3-bet or defend against 3-bets with. I run hands through Flopzilla, evolving ranges to see what villain ranges look like late in the hand and see if I'm making smart decisions there. I've been known to run a hand very occasionally through a solver. And I debug my own thought process, what I say during the hand as opposed to what I think afterwards. Let me get something here. When we're done. One moment, I'm going to bring up what my hand reviews look like. This is the notes I take on my hand reviews. I have a link to my YouTube video of the Play and Explain session. I start out, the first thing I do is copy the hand history. I watch the hand in the replayer and I look at the hand in the in the video timestamp of the hand, yeah, particulars of the hand, ace jack, diamond, heart in the low jack versus high jack flat collar. There's a brief read of the villain. I paste in the hand history, and then as the hand history unfolds, I report what my thought process was in the course of the hand, what I said on the tape, and I compare that to what I think in game, and like that. There was a time when I was doing study streams where I went through the process on stream, and I've got videos of that in my databases, in my video files, but I haven't put any of those up on YouTube. But yeah, I do detailed review and pick out points of difficulty that I have and add them to a list I keep. And the points that come up most often are the things that I work on next. That's actually pretty powerful way of identifying the most useful next thing to study. Anyway, I'm done for my first hour. I'm going to take a break and come back to stream volume. Thanks for watching. Hit the follow button if you like what you see. Play well and run better. Snakey says, I would like to see how you use a program like Flopzilla would be cool if you're open to it. I am open to it. Right now I'm on a pretty intense schedule of cash game grinding, but I can possibly fit in a stream like next week on Tuesday or Wednesday doing a hand review session, or maybe I do it early on before I start the play streaming. I can use streaming my study time. Anyway, I'll be back shortly. Thanks for watching. Hit the follow button if you like what you see. Get notifications when I'm streaming again. I will take a brief break and then grind. Play well and run better.